So in this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble this cute little Elaran the Elf. So I'm going to get hold of the body that we created earlier, and now I'm going to get hold of my hat. I'm going to insert the hook from the top center point through like this, and then I'm going to pull the loop from the body through like this. Now we're just going to drape the hat onto the head and get it into place like this. Centralize the back point. There we go. Just move it a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to get hold of the nose, and we're going to put in the tail end of this nose into a darning needle. So I'm just going to quickly insert this tail end like this. And now I'm going to place this nose between round 13 and 15 of the head over here. So I'm going to just show you. So this was round 13, 14, 15. I'm going to place the nose somewhere over here. And I'm going to get hold of a pin as well. Place the nose over here, right on top there. I'm going to get hold of a pin and put it in place like this. Okay, and now we're going to start sewing in the nose onto the head. So now that our nose is in place, we're going to now sew on the hat. So I'm going to get hold of the tail end and my darning needle. And we're going to start sewing in the hat onto the head. Just make sure that your hat is in place like this. I'm going to now start sewing in the hat like this. now that the hat is attached, we're going to put on the scarf of the elf. So for this I'll need a normal needle, and I'm going to be putting in the tail end of the scarf into this normal needle like this. So we're going to wrap the scarf around the neck of the elf like this, and then we're going to overlap the scarf on one of the sides and have this placement done like this. Now I'm going to get hold of my needle, and I'm going to run that needle through the existing stitches of the scarf for about an inch. I'm going to just take the scarf off of the elf and just work on it now. So I'm going to work on the existing stitches, bring it through for about an inch. There we go. Now I'm going to wrap this scarf back onto the neck, and we're going to make that overlap. Now I'm going to bring the needle from underneath of the first end like this, and then I'm going to put it through onto the second end, and I'm going to put in a single golden bead for decoration over here, and I'm going to bring the needle through to secure the scarf onto the neck like this. Now that our scarf is in place, we're going to now attach the ears onto the hat. So I'm going to get hold of my elf ears, and we're going to be hiding the tail ends from the magic ring while we sew them on to the hat. I'm going to get hold of my darning needle, and I'm going to put in the tail end of one of the ears through it. And now we're going to place the ear between round 10 and 11 on the hat like this. I'm going to hide this tail end in as well, so the ears will be placed somewhere over here. So from the center point, we're going to just measure 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5, and place in our first ear. I'm going to get hold of my pin, place it over here. There we go. So we're going to place in the second ear onto the hat like this, and we're going to measure 5 stitches just like we measured 5 stitches on this side. We're going to do the same on the other side from the center, 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5. And I'm going to get hold of my pin and place the ear into its position like this. So now we're going to sew on the ear, and I'm going to just grab onto my needle, and we're going to just quickly tuck in this yarn tail that we have coming up from our magic ring. I'm going to tuck it in just behind the ear so that we can sew on the ear and hide the tail end like that. So now I'm going to get my needle, and we're going to start sewing in the ear onto the hat like this. So we're going to sew in the ear from the center brown part, not the top part, but the round edge. And we're going to leave the top part as open so that it creates the pointy open ears for the elf. Now we're going to add the bead cap and the bead to the top of the hat. We're going to gather up the hat like this. And I'm going to show you a trick. So I'm going to use a normal thread and a needle for this. And we're going to put in one end of the thread through the loop. Gather up both the ends, place in a knot. And now I'm going to slide through the bead cap. Like this. And then also the bead. Like this. I'm going to snip up the thread, remove the needle on the thread, and we'll just gather up a little bit of the hat and then place in a normal knot. So there we go, we have a hanging elf option which has some gathers on the hat, and then we also have the other option which has no gathers and no hanging, and we can use it as a toy.